Hello guys, this is going to be my Daredevil season review. I know the season came out like a couple months ago and I just finished it because I was watching it with a friend and then he didn't want to watch it with me anymore because he decided to quit halfway season. So that made no sense, so I just went on the internet and then watched it from there. I hate the season. God, I actually really like the season. A lot of people were like, for like a quick second, this TV show's awesome. It's awesome. The freaking action scenes, the acting, the drama, and the villain, Kingpin, was freaking badass. The whole time I was like this, dude, you're so fucked up. He is the most human character that we had in a long time. I think in some cases he was more human than Daredevil himself, because he got a bitch before the, good guy, and it was not just like a bitch that he used as a freaking toy or anything like that. He actually loved her, and then I was very intrigued, and then you saw his backstory and all that stuff. This is probably as a villain in the comic books, he's not my favorite villain, but as how he's portrayed, this is probably my favorite villain of all time because it's just awesome. You actually care for the guy, but he's just trying to do the right thing, and he implies that in the season finale. He said, I thought I was doing the right thing. And I thought that I was the priest in the story he was telling. And then he said, but I guess I was just the antagonist. I was just the one doing wrong. I was not doing anything right. And then he has these freaking quick snap moments where he just freaking beats the freaking shit out of people. It's crazy. He beat a man with a door to death, and he punched one of his guys to death because his old friend died. It's just awesome. And then Daredevil himself, blind, awesome. I liked how they portrayed the whole, census thing. They didn't go like freaking bat sonar like they did in the 2003 movie. He said that I can hear things, but basically like say this light, for example, right here. He would be able to see that because each object vibrates, and he hears that and then basically puts out a map. And I like that how it's not just like a sonar map, like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, I was like, okay, that's really dumb. And he's basically can see everything, but he can't see color or anything like that. And I love the relationship between him and his best friend, Foggy, a freaking guy from Mighty Ducks. I don't like the Mighty Ducks. My brother does. He went from a bash brother to this awesome lawyer, and they end up saving this girl who from like episode 2 or 3, and then she ends up working with them, and then they have these problems, but at first they work these things out quickly, but then more problems occur later, and I love that relationship between them. I like how there's not too much pointing at the Avengers, but they make small references, and there was in Bob, I forget his last name, the black guy, he had posters and newspapers from the Avengers, and I like how they play that, and they had a paper from Harlem Massacre or something like that, Harlem Disaster. It was referencing to the Hulk, and I just love how they're doing these little tidbits. And I watched the video, and they had at the end of the season, Kingpin escapes in this truck before he gets caught, and that truck happens to be where Punisher works or something like that. And I was like, oh, interesting. And there was a lot of little references to Elektra, because they, in a flashback, they were talking about a Greek girl that he loved, and apparently Elektra's Greek, and Daredevil and Elektra went out at one time. So if you have not seen this, just go on the internet, go on Movies Pro or something like that, and then click on Daredevil, and then you got the whole season right there. It's not the best quality, but guess freaking what? It's not even illegal, because I looked it up. It's not illegal. They have they paid them or something like that. They pay certain movies certain amount of money so they can distribute it. Because I hate watching illegal things online. And they said on the bottom, it said it was not copyrighted or anything like that, so that's all good. Don't recommend going on the internet, especially because I don't have Netflix or anything like that. That's why I had to watch it on the internet. So my review for this is an A freaking plus. Watching it again and again and again. I'm gonna watch it for fun all over again because it was that awesome. And his costume at the end, was badass. I wasn't a huge fan of the mask, but everything else was yes. And the one problem I have to give with this is it's probably in the comic books. I know I'm just nitpicking every little thing. The only thing I thought of, why name a town or a city Hell's Kitchen? Aren't you in New York City? Because they had the Avengers Tower, and then that's in New York, so why isn't it New York? Maybe it's just like a little nickname after what happened with the Avengers. Like, okay, now this is Hell's Kitchen because of the Avengers. So other than that, there's nothing wrong with this season. Watch it. I promise you guys, you're going to love it.